I never thought this would be the last time I wore the suit. It was Halloween. I was working the late shift at our Jollibee branch in the mall. They gave me the mascot. The red and yellow bee looked ridiculous, but kids loved it. So I smiled and waved, non-stop. I was standing right at the entrance beneath the massive glass banner. A little girl reached up to hug me, and then a sound like thunder. And then numbness. I couldn't stand anymore. I collapsed. Blood poured out. I knew it because I felt the wetness under me. And then I realized my legs were gone. I panicked. I started crawling, dragging myself inch by inch through the crowd. I looked up, but people just stared back and pulled out their phones. I crawled toward a group of teens. I tugged at a girl's dress, my hands covered in blood. I tried to say, "Help me," but my throat was dry. She screamed, ran off, still holding her phone. No one understood. No one helped. They thought I was part of the show. I crawled, person to person. Every meter felt like fire. My blood soaked the fur of the stupid red suit. My vision blurred. Inside that goofy bee head, everything turned black. When I died, they were still laughing, still recording, still uploading. I don't blame them. That's how the world works. If it's not bloody enough, it's just acting. But every Halloween, I come back, crawling, with what's left of me, still begging for someone to finally see me. If one night you see Jollibee crawling across the floor, pulling at your ankle, don't film, don't laugh, because next time you might be the one on the ground. He sat under the flickering light, unmoving, eyes blank. The room was silent, like it was holding its breath. He didn't know how long he'd been like that. Something felt wrong. His phone vibrated. A strange app appeared. No name, no icon. He didn't install it, but it opened on its own. The app showed one dish, a steaming red bowl. No price, no details, just a button. Devour. It felt more like a ritual than a meal. He tapped confirm. The screen flashed. The clock on the wall stopped, then slowly bent like melting plastic. It was no longer ticking. Everything froze. Air, sound, even dust in midair. On his phone, a countdown started. 10, 9, and something felt like it was getting closer. A tall shadow stood outside. No knock, no sound, just the courier, facing the door, unmoving, as if waiting for permission. His phone lit up. "He has arrived. Open the door." The red text blinked like a warning. His hand moved before he could think. He opened the door. No one was there. Just a food box on the floor, marked with a strange black symbol. He opened the box. The smell hit him instantly, sweet, rotten, sharp. The food inside didn't look human or animal. He took a bite. The taste numbed his tongue. His eyes blurred. Something inside him felt missing. He clutched his head and stumbled. The room twisted. Walls stretched, floor tilted. reality began to break apart. The light turned red. From the walls, pale hands crawled out, thin, twitching, reaching for him. He ran to the door, but it led to the same hallway. Again and again, the exit was gone. At the end of the hallway, a man in a hood waited, still watching. He didn't move. He just waited for eye contact. The boy rushed into the elevator. No buttons inside, just a single red light already counting down. The elevator opened. He was back in his room, same place, same food box. Nothing had changed. He looked in the mirror. The reflection didn't match. It blinked before he did. His laptop turned on by itself. One sentence appeared. "Thank you for feeding him." The walls peeled. Mold spread fast. Something moved inside, like something was trying to get out. His phone went black. Blood began to seep from the walls, and he wasn't alone anymore. He wandered through a hallway of doors. Each one showed a memory, none of them his anymore. He woke up in the dark. A new delivery box sat in front of him. This time, it had his name on it. He walked through the night, holding the box. His eyes were empty. He didn't know who he was delivering to. He stood before a door, knocked 3 times, slowly, just like someone once did for him. A door camera blinked on. The face on the screen was his, blank, pale. The new courier had arrived. A notification popped up. "Your meal is here, delivered." The time was exactly 3:33 a.m. The same moment it all began. Hooded couriers walked in every direction, block after block. All looked the same, all delivering something. Text slowly appeared on screen. "Install at your own risk." They say everyone has a place to return to. A damn lie, as Kiara found out. Her family slammed the door on her graduation day. No turning back. For a broke Tiara, a haunted house beat the streets. But she didn't know something already called that place home. From the outside, it looked dead. Inside, though, something was still breathing. She thought the weird decorations were just that, weird, until she saw the candles burning upside down. They said Joe was Alex's friend. Will was Joe's brother, a former theology student turned ghost believer. Will was quiet, but when he spoke, it was of evil energy, souls needing cleansing. That night, she forgot to lock her door. A simple mistake that opened the gates to nightmares. She woke to drool on her cheek, and dead eyes inches from her face, a whisper like someone else was listening. She pushes him off. Kick him out. They laughed it off. Will's just odd, but not everyone odd creeps on you while you sleep. She knew then it was the calm before the storm. "Can you come in an hour early?" her boss texted. She told herself it was the money, but it was the need to breathe away from that house. She returned at 5 p.m. The door was unlocked, blood trailing from the knob. The house wasn't empty. It felt like it had been watching, then blinked. Dark. Everything arranged, not messy, but staged, like a summoning was about to happen. Her feet moved against her will. drawn to see. Alex was no longer Alex, laid out in a ritual, eyes wide, mouth stuffed with salt, an offering, an altar. Not cleansing, execution, a twisted exorcism, a message in blood and flesh. Joe's eyes were open, like he didn't see what was coming, and she was next. He waited for her, the final piece. His eyes said, "It's time." She ran through warm, slick blood, like the house held her back. He chanted, words she didn't understand, but knew were for her. He smiled when they took him. Ritual complete. She escaped, but not whole. They put her in a clean, safe place, but inside, nothing was the same. The house is gone, but at night something breathes in the corner. She doesn't scream at the mirror, just and waits. She keeps the notebook, not for answers, but for the questions. He wrote she was marked, not saved. She studied the rituals, blood circles, salt, red thread once laughable. She lit candles in the dark, a warning. Was she protecting herself? Or preparing? The worst part is the shadow might be real. She doesn't dare check. It moved closer. She survived the ritual, but not him. Another note, same writing, same red ink, still will. She's not in the house, but she's not alone. He's in the silence, inside her head.